See that little spike right there? That's where I read all my elevations on the lot to say how high the septic system is, how high the foundation is, and the road, and the finish.
When I was on welfare and living in the older house I was living in, I felt very trapped, and I was going nowhere, and going nowhere fast, too. I didn't know where to turn and what to do about the situation, but just kind of keep my eyes and ears open all the time and try to find what would work for me, what would work for my family.
Hi. Hi, guys.
This whole self-help construction thing really opened up new doors to me. The program manager, Hank Wakefield, was describing what we'd be going through, what we'd be doing, and after we got done the meeting that night, I stopped to talk with him. I said, Hank, I said, this is what I want to do someday. I want to build these houses. I want to be on the employee end of this.
Over here. This here is like the last bedroom, isn't it? This is one of the bedrooms right here.
No, this will be your living room on this end. Your house is set this way.
Living room is right here.
To the front, this is your living room, the dining room behind it.
They hired me 3 weeks after I moved into my house, and since that time I've moved up from construction associate to construction supervisor to self-help housing program specialist, I think I'm called now. So I've moved up the ladder since being a part of the program.
We need housing for low and moderate income people. They are the backbone of our community. They're the ones who flip the burgers and the ones who take your money at the lift tickets, at the ski resorts. Today's self-help housing client may be tomorrow's school board member. And those folks are important to us, and we want to make sure that their kids grow up in a safe environment.
It was all worthwhile because I got my kids out of the city. I got them in a place where they can run, they can play, they can have fun,
No, their grades went way up. One of my children had like C's and D's, and he's up getting B's. And
It's a sense of independence, it's a sense of working for yourself, When we were renting, we had nothing. This is where we chose to finally build our house. We're up in there with the kids checking it out. And there we are taking the first shovel full of dirt.
Check the beans. That looks good.
About 18 years ago, Rudy and Angie Lopez got married. They were high school sweethearts. They came in and signed up to get a self-help house. But the Water and Sewer District had members on the board of directors who lived in the neighborhood, and again, the fear was struck in their hearts of low-income people coming into their neighborhood. So they resisted giving the subdivision water and sewer services.
The first meeting that we went to was in the Dana School.
Right.
And they had a meeting with the gentleman that was against these homes. And he kept saying, I live there, I'm trying to fight, I don't want this development coming in. And all we could do is just tell him, hey, we're not out to harm you, we're just here.
Yeah.
We want homes just like you have one.
After about 3, I would say, months of going with all the children and every month standing up and asking for service, the families decided they were going to get active. They even put a candidate up to run for the board of directors. And after about a 1.5 year struggle, we finally got approvals.
Memory we have of accomplishment is when they said, okay, you guys will be building a house.
It was at the restaurant we worked. And he runs out and he just grabs me. We got accepted. I'm like,
we're getting a house.
When they found out what lot that they were going to get, they drove down and they got out of the car and they sat on the lot and dreamed about this house. They would go down there every night after work and sit on the lot and dream about the house.
All American families, a house is always an accomplishment.
yeah,
Building a home.
yeah.
Having a place where your kids can come and say,
We're home.
this is home, this is home. I come every day to this very day. I work all day, come home, and all I say when I walk in the door, I'm home, this is home.
Mhm.
And it just gives you a good feeling about yourself. I don't think we would have opened our own restaurant had we not build our own house? For one reason, confidence and assurance. If you could do that, you could do whatever you want. I stress that to my kids today.
They have a restaurant. It's called Rudy and Angie's. It's very successful. It's become a landmark. A lot of people go there that knew them in the first restaurant.
One of the supervisors one day asked me, so after all you've been through and all you've learned, would you do it again? And I said, yeah, I would do it again. How else am I going to get home for my children? Of course I would do it again. In the end, you know everyone around you. They're your friends. They're more like family than they're friends, because you've spent almost a year working with them, working right next to them in the mud, in the muck, building the houses together. You've built their house, they built your house, you've done everything together.
I think the self-help program goes back to the barn raising days, and it's so American, where people used to get together and help one another. We see the self-help building process as building neighborhoods and building communities. People get to know one another, they know who lives on their street, they feel secure in the neighborhood, they form neighborhood watch programs after they've moved in, they help one another. It's really a unique opportunity, I think, for neighborhoods to be built from the grassroots up.
This program had helped so many people that had lost hope. Without this program, I think a lot of people would give up.
I see a lot of people they blossom. It's like watching a flower open up. They really start to not only learn about construction, but they learn a lot about themselves.
I pay income tax. We used to get a huge refund. We used to get more money than we'd pay in, Now we're paying taxes. I like that.
Now we look at life, I think of myself as being rich because, I own my own home and something I never had before. So I feel rich.